Today, we're diving deep into the shocking developments in the Sister Wives universe, and this one is sending shockwaves through fans everywhere. Robyn Brown has reportedly been hospitalized after her health drastically deteriorated, and whispers around the family suggest it may be tied to the fallout from embezzlement and internal family conflict. Janelle and Meri haven't held back, claiming that Robyn's current condition is the result of sin catching up. It's a dramatic moment in the Brown family saga, one that fans have been watching unfold over the years, and now it seems the consequences are hitting close to home. Recently, Robyn appeared noticeably slimmer, sparking conversations across fan forums and Reddit. She was spotted in Flagstaff, Arizona, enjoying dinner with Cody Brown and their 5 children at Fat Olives, the Italian restaurant that has become a recurring backdrop in Sister Wives episodes. A lucky fan happened to be dining there over the weekend and shared photos of the family: Cody, Robyn, Dayton, Aurora, Brianna, Solomon, and Ariella at their table. From behind, Cody's signature blonde curls and flannel top stood out, while Robyn looked noticeably trimmer, clad in a black cardigan and matching pants. The Reddit community immediately began speculating. Some fans suggested Robyn's weight loss could be due to thyroid treatment. Others guessed a new diet or a lifestyle change. One commenter even joked, "I bet it's the plexus," while another admitted, "She looks like she lost a ton of weight. Maybe a lifestyle reset?" Despite the changes, one thing was clear: the Browns appeared happy and normal during their outing. According to the Reddit post, the family was not being filmed for an upcoming episode, and the hostess noted they were great tippers. The fan added that at one point, Cody and Robyn were holding hands under the table, a quiet but powerful reminder that their relationship is still intact despite swirling rumors. Meanwhile, in a different corner of the family drama, Cody Brown was brought to tears after Meri Brown's move to Utah. In a confessional for season 19, Meri described her relocation as a final, life-changing moment. She said, "I'm done in Flagstaff. My marriage with him is done. I'm starting this new life." The raw emotion of Cody realizing Meri's departure hits hard, and it's a reminder that even in the public eye, the Browns' personal lives are turbulent, fragile, and deeply intertwined. Robyn's health struggles, Cody's heartbreak, and Meri's bold move paint a picture of a family in turmoil. Yet fans are glued to every update, wondering what will happen next. Will Robyn recover? How will Cody navigate these shifting dynamics? And what other secrets might surface in the coming episodes? Stay tuned, because as always, we'll bring you the most exclusive updates, the juiciest insights, and the behind-the-scenes drama that the cameras sometimes miss. The Sister Wives story continues, and it's far from over. Earlier this season, Meri Brown dropped a bombshell that forever altered the Sister Wives family structure. After years of spiritual conflict, emotional distance, and quiet resentment, Meri revealed that she had officially received permission from her church to divorce Cody Brown. With that approval came her final decision. She was leaving Flagstaff and moving to Utah, closing the door on a marriage that had already been dead for years. In this week's episode, cameras captured the moment many fans never thought they'd see: Cody Brown dropping Meri off at her new home, knowing full well that this goodbye wasn't temporary, it was permanent. As Cody prepares to leave, he struggles to find the right words. He pauses. He takes a deep breath. And then he says it. "Meri, it's the end of an era." Meri quietly agrees. "Yeah, it is." The two embrace, a hug heavy with history, regret, and unresolved emotion. After holding her tightly, Cody tries to steady himself and says, "It was a great run, but I'm not going to let it get me down." But the longer the moment stretches, the more emotion overtakes him, a reaction that genuinely shocks Meri. After years of what she describes as indifference toward their fractured relationship, she can't understand why now he's falling apart. "It always blows me away that you get emotional like this," she tells him. "I just don't understand." Cody attempts to explain. He admits that for the first time, he's really looking at his life, and instead of feeling angry or bitter, he feels loss. "It doesn't feel like my life turned upside down," he says. "It feels like we had something. We had something really good." Meri agrees, and that agreement seems to break something open inside him. Fighting back tears, Cody confesses. We had something special, and it feels like it all just went to us. One thing, then another, and it's all gone. Despite everything, Cody insists he no longer feels resentment toward Meri. Instead, he claims they've reached a place of peace. I'm glad and I figured this out, he says. I'm glad we can be friends. I'm glad you're my favorite ex-wife. It's a strange line. Awkward, loaded, and painfully telling, especially when you remember that Cody was once married to 4 women. In 2021, Christine Brown walked away from the plural marriage. In 2022, Janelle Brown separated from Cody. Now, with Meri's departure finalized, Robyn Brown stands as his only remaining wife. And that reality is hitting Cody harder than he ever expected. It's the weirdest thing, he admits. I love the life I have, but it's completely different than what I had 3 years ago. It just feels like everyone else decided, this isn't important. For the man who once preached endlessly about the sacred dream of plural marriage, that dream is officially dead. And now, Cody wants Robyn to face the truth he's finally accepted. The plural family vision he sold her? It was never meant to be. During the October 13th episode, as Cody and Robyn prepared to celebrate their first Christmas without the massive Brown family, the weight of that loss settled in. Robyn, once the loudest defender of the family culture, was left heartbroken, mourning a future that no longer exists. 3 marriages gone. 1 wife remaining. A legacy shattered. And as the sister wives' story continues, one thing is clear. This wasn't just the end of a marriage. It was the collapse of an entire belief system. In a quiet but emotionally loaded confessional, Robyn Brown finally admits something that changes how many viewers see her entire journey. This isn't what I envisioned my life to be, she says. I always wanted to live a plural marriage. Robyn confesses that everything happening around her feels like it's stripping away her choices, her future, and the life she believed she was promised. The dream she clung to for years, the plural family, the sisterhood, the shared purpose, is dissolving right in front of her. She doesn't just sound sad. She sounds lost. I thought I was a bad person, Robyn admits. I'm struggling with my identity. I don't see my future anymore. The hopes and dreams I had are disappearing before my eyes. It's a rare moment of vulnerability, and one that exposes just how deeply the collapse of the Brown family has affected her. But then comes Cody's confessional, and his words hit very differently. According to Cody, Robyn isn't grieving the present. She's clinging to a past that no longer exists. I've always said this woman has a spine of concrete and steel, Cody says. She's been holding on to the dream I sold her, the family, the vision, for far longer than she should have. Cody admits that he's already moved on mentally. He wants Robyn to do the same. I keep trying to say, let's move on. Let's let this go. I believe it now, he says. It was never meant to be. It was never meant to work. That statement is devastating when you consider the timeline. Within just 14 months, Cody's marriages to Christine, Janelle, and Meri completely collapsed. Meri was the final wife to leave, confirming their separation publicly in January 2023. And in the October 13th episode, Meri takes the final step, officially ending the marriage by requesting a church release, which was granted on the grounds of abandonment. They said it was abandonment, Meri explains. I know he doesn't like that word. He doesn't feel like he abandoned me, but I feel like he did. That single word, abandonment, reframes everything. Meri later reveals that Cody has blamed her for his inability to show affection to Robyn, a claim that only deepens the fractures between all involved. At this point, many fans are asking the same question. How much more of this can viewers emotionally invest in? Arguments over Coyote Pass, endless bickering between Robyn and Cody, recycled conflicts. There's a saturation point. Change is uncomfortable, but stagnation is worse. Life isn't meant to stay safe and frozen. It's meant to evolve, even when that evolution is painful. Season 19 shows exactly that, a family falling apart in real time. The change feels catastrophic, but it may also be necessary. Still, Robyn continues to position herself as the wounded party. In recent clips, she complains that Cody picks fights over trivial things, saying, "He picks fights with me over dumb things." She suggests he's sabotaging their relationship and insists they're now in completely different places in life. But viewers can't ignore a pattern. Robyn has spent years crying on camera, often over relatively minor conflicts, and some fans are beginning to question whether those tears represent deep internal pain or a familiar performance. The uncomfortable truth many viewers see is this: Robyn got exactly what she wanted. She wanted Cody to herself. She wanted monogamy. She wanted the endgame. And now that she has it, she seems almost desperate to downplay her victory, framing her life as miserable so she won't look like the cat who got the cream. Because if she didn't talk about arguments, if she didn't cry, if she didn't complain, she'd look like the winner in a story where everyone else lost. And maybe that's the most tragic irony of all. A woman living in a luxury home, wrapped in all of Cody's love and attention, wearing a diamond ring that perfectly mirrors Cody's own. This image alone is enough to ignite outrage across the Sister Wives fanbase. Because to many viewers, this doesn't look like coincidence. It looks like reward. A reward they believe came at the expense of Janelle, Meri, and Christine Brown. And that belief has made Robyn Brown one of the most polarizing figures the franchise has ever seen. So polarizing, in fact, that Robyn can no longer safely post on Instagram. The backlash is relentless. Her most recent post, dating all the way back to 2019, is a simple affirmation: "Let everything you do be done in love." A Bible quote, harmless on the surface. But for fans who feel betrayed, it became fuel for absolute outrage. The comments were brutal. One critic, Militia_7, didn't hold back, accusing Robyn of curating her on-screen misery to appear relatable. "I feel like she highlights negative things on the show to seem more normal. I don't fully trust Robyn. I think back to when she pretended polygamy was the greatest thing ever." That comment struck a nerve because it echoes what many fans have quietly believed for years. Was polygamy ever really Robyn's dream? Or was it simply the path she took to get what she truly wanted? The critic continued, pointing out that Robyn now appears to be living the exact life she always gravitated toward: a traditional marriage, an old-fashioned aesthetic, a carefully curated image of domestic stability. Robyn's got that traditional thing going. With her purple floral blouses and conservative lifestyle, it looks like she's exactly where she always wanted to be. And then came the line that made fans gasp. Is a life that lets you spend $70,000 on American Girl dolls really that hard? That single sentence encapsulated the frustration of viewers who watched other wives struggle financially, emotionally, and spiritually, while Robyn appeared increasingly insulated from consequence. Maybe that's why she stopped posting. Maybe that's why the silence. Because it's easier to disappear than explain. And while Robyn retreats from public scrutiny, the Sister Wives universe keeps unraveling. For nearly 2 decades, viewers watched Cody Brown claim the role of patriarch, the man who would unite 4 women under one family vision. But instead of harmony, Cody fueled jealousy, neglect, and betrayal. Season after season, the cracks grew wider. By season 19, the truth was impossible to ignore. Cody's attention had shifted almost entirely to Robyn, the only wife still fully invested in the marriage. Meri, Janelle, and Christine didn't just leave Cody. They walked away from polygamy itself. Because it's easier to disappear than explain. And while Robyn retreats from public scrutiny, the Sister Wives universe keeps unraveling. For nearly 2 decades, viewers watched Cody Brown claim the role of patriarch, the man who would unite 4 women under one family vision. But instead of harmony, Cody fueled jealousy, neglect, and betrayal. Season after season, the cracks grew wider. By season 19, the truth was impossible to ignore. Cody's attention had shifted almost entirely to Robyn, the only wife still fully invested in the marriage. Meri, Janelle, and Christine didn't just leave Cody. They walked away from polygamy itself. And the turning point? The COVID-19 pandemic. While the world shut down, Cody closed ranks around Robyn, prioritizing her household while emotionally and financially abandoning the others. His frustration escalated. His behavior grew erratic. Confrontations with his wives and even his children became more frequent, more explosive. Then came Christine's departure in 2021. After more than 25 years of marriage, Christine walked away, and in doing so, she shattered the illusion viewers had been sold since season 1. What followed wasn't grief from Cody, it was rage. Not because he lost Christine, but because he lost control. In his desperation, Cody attempted to rewrite the narrative, blaming Christine for destroying the family, trying to pit the remaining wives against her. But viewers saw through it. The truth was painfully clear. The family had been broken long before Christine left. It fractured the moment Cody chose favorites. It collapsed the moment Robyn and her children became the priority. And Christine's exit wasn't sudden. It was the result of years of emotional neglect. She didn't leave on a whim. She left because she had already been alone. And now, as the series inches towards season 20, fans aren't just watching a family fall apart. They're watching the consequences of years of imbalance finally come due. Robyn may have won the endgame, but winning doesn't always mean peace. As Sister Wives season 20 moves forward, it's becoming painfully clear that fans aren't just watching a reality show anymore. They're witnessing the aftershocks of a family collapse that may never fully heal. Christine's departure wasn't the end of the story. It was the beginning of the fallout. Behind the scenes, tensions are escalating. Reports suggest that Christine, Meri, and Janelle are preparing legal action against Cody Brown, not only over child support, but also to finally settle long-standing disputes surrounding Coyote Pass, the property that symbolized unity but ultimately became a battlefield. As filming continues, one uncomfortable truth hangs in the air. The future of Sister Wives itself is uncertain. Cody's relationships with his ex-wives remain fractured. His bonds with several of his children are strained or severed. And without a cohesive family narrative holding the adults together, the show feels unmoored, drifting without the very foundation it was built upon. Meri Brown has emotionally checked out. She remains distant from both Cody and Robyn, choosing peace over continued conflict. Janelle, meanwhile, is no longer hiding her frustration. Years of patience have given way to visible anger as Cody's behavior continues to fuel tension rather than resolution. And Christine? She's still fighting, now focused on sole custody of Truly, determined to protect her daughter from the instability that defined so much of her past. At this stage, many fans are asking the same question out loud. Is it time for Sister Wives to end? What once centered on shared faith, collective parenting, and a controversial but intentional family structure has transformed into something far darker. Today, the series revolves around greed, betrayal, dishonesty, and heartbreak. Relationships with children have been damaged. Tragic losses have left permanent scars. And the values the Browns once preached feel unrecognizable. The show has drifted so far from where it began that it feels inevitable. The curtain must come down. But not without closure. Fans who've invested nearly 2 decades into this family deserve real answers. Season May 20th very well be the final chapter, and if it is, viewers are hoping it finally exposes the nefarious behavior, hidden decisions, and unresolved truths that have lingered for years. Whether the Browns attempt reconciliation or walk away from one another for good, one thing is certain. Season 20 will define the legacy of Sister Wives. And fans are watching, tense, divided, and waiting. While the family fractures, Meri Brown is quietly rewriting her own story. Once the first legal wife and the last of the spiritual wives to leave, Meri's exit marked the end of an era that began unraveling back in 2021. Since leaving Cody, she's relocated to Utah, started a new chapter of independence, and even sparked rumors of a new man in her life, Brandon Stone. She's also poured energy into renovating her bed and breakfast business and rediscovering something viewers rarely got to see during her marriage, her sense of humor. Meri recently shared a meme on Facebook that perfectly captured her post-divorce mindset. One day you'll find someone that's obsessed with you. It's probably going to be a dog, but it is what it is. She captioned it with affection for her dog, Zona, joking about being a proud dog mom. And fans loved it, because since leaving Cody, something has changed. The woman once buried under chaos and responsibility is now laughing freely, cracking jokes with friends, and embracing a playful, sometimes cheeky personality that had been overshadowed for years. Like Christine and Janelle, Meri has been rediscovering who she is outside of polygamy. For a long time, all three women believed in the lifestyle. They accepted their roles as wives and mothers. But as Cody increasingly favored Robyn, they were forced to confront an impossible choice: stay and remain miserable, or choose themselves. They chose themselves. And now, Meri has the freedom to decide what happiness looks like. If that means being a dog mom, good for her. If it means finding love again, even better. What matters is that the choice is finally hers. Even as the show stirs controversy, it continues to reveal strange and uncomfortable details about the Brown family's past. In a recent episode, a director asked Christine about a long-standing rumor that sister wives would breastfeed each other's babies. Christine shut it down immediately.
No.
That was a joke. That's disgusting. But Meri offered a more nuanced truth. She admitted that she once breastfed a child who wasn't her own, not out of tradition, but medical necessity. It wasn't something we did for fun, she clarified. It was about helping when it was needed. Janelle echoed that sentiment, explaining she never participated simply because she wasn't able to. Robyn, however, confirmed that the practice did exist in their culture, emphasizing it was rooted in survival and community, not something casual or routine. Still, moments like these only add to the growing sense that the Brown family's reality was far more complex and far more fragile than viewers were ever led to believe. Robyn, once positioned as the heart of the family, now risks becoming little more than a supporting character if the narrative shifts toward the women who walked away. She joined the family in her early 30s, hoping to build sisterhood with Meri, Janelle, and Christine. But Cody's favoritism made genuine bonds impossible. Jealousy took root. Resentment followed. And the family never recovered. As season 20 unfolds, one truth stands above all others. This isn't just a reality show nearing its end. It's the final reckoning of a family that lost itself along the way. And whatever happens next, fans will be watching until the very last moment.